you're put on the clock, it's because you're slow. And guys keep being put on the clock, keep doing it, and they're breaking the rules, but no one ever has the balls to actually penalize them. Yeah, just penalize them, I think.
A hero. Not the hero we deserved, but the hero we needed.
Welcome back to Knock Stiff Golf. I'm Kyle, and as most of you know, I'm just a golfer trying to get better. The problem is, I live in Alaska, and all I can do about golf right now is talk about it. So I have to say, over the course of the past few weeks, it's been pretty exciting in the PGA world. First, you got Tiger Woods playing in his first event at Torrey Pines of the year. You got Bryson DeChambeau putting with the flagstick in on every hole, kind of stirring up a little debate there. You got people getting penalties for having their caddy basically stand behind them for even a split second when they're about to hit. And we can't forget Sergio's meltdown at the Saudi International Tournament, which you can learn about more here. What has come up most recently is from somebody we all know. He's won 5 times on the PGA Tour, 3 of them which happen to be majors. He won the 2017-2018 US Open, so back-to-back, and then he won the 2018 PGA Championship with a close runner-up by Tiger Woods. So most of us know the answer already, and that's Brooks Koepka. So Brooks has made headlines for the last couple years, mainly because of a couple things like this.
We know this man's got the power. Pulled it. Oh, hit someone in the gallery, hit someone on the knee and
this.
He's leaning, trying to keep it go, make it go right a little. And you can see
there it is, right in the center.
Impossible.
Or this. And we can't forget about this. So within the past year, it looks like Brooks Koepka has actually started talking. This was a rarity. I haven't seen it much before, but being friends with Dustin Johnson, a lot of people assume both of them don't really have a whole lot going upstairs.
Well, I'm totally excited to be back in the UK. You know, obviously it's tough here. You guys play different golf, links golf, different climate, different language you gotta learn. But I'm totally excited, man.
Mainly due to their lack of emotion out on the course, the kind of blank stares that they kind of get stuck in, and the idea that they don't talk about any of the thoughts they have going on their head out on the golf course. So what's happened most recently is, within the last year, he kind of got snubbed by the media at Eastlake because they weren't requesting him. It was kind of one of those things where the guy's won 3 majors. He's won them in the 17 and 18 season. So he's kind of a hot commodity. Feels like he's one of the best players in the world, which I would have to agree with, yet the media doesn't seem to be attracted to him like they are to a Jordan Spieth or a Ricky Fowler, or somebody that's probably a little bit more charismatic. This is what he had to say to the media. You've got guys who will kiss up, and I'm not gonna kiss up. I don't need to kiss anyone's butt. I'm here to play golf. I'm not here to do anything else. A lot of guys are known for the stuff they do off the golf course and who they like to hang around. It's pretty obvious who's doing that and who isn't. I don't need to bend over backwards to be friends with anyone in the media, but certain guys do that because they want their names written. I'd rather be written about because of my play. Sometimes it does suck, but I've started to care less. Come Sunday, I won't forget it when everyone talks to me because I just won. I don't forget things. So this kind of comes off maybe a little cocky to a lot of people. A lot of people were kind of calling him out, saying like, oh, you can't demand media because you haven't really done much. The guy has done quite a bit. For those of you that think Brooks was being maybe a little cocky, I think the top athletes kind of require some level of that. If you'll remember back in '96, Curtis Strange interviewed Tiger Woods before his first pro start, and he asked him what he kind of expected from this tournament or what would make him happy. So basically Tiger said, I want to play 4 solid rounds and a victory. And Curtis Strange, well, let me just show you what happens.
To me, that comes off as a little cocky or brash, especially talking to the other guys on tour that have been out here for years and years and years, and certainly an incredible amateur record. But what do you say to those guys?
Well,
when you come out here, you know what I'm saying, your first pro tournament, and you say, I can win.
Oh, I understand that. I've always figured that why go to a tournament if you're not going there to try and win? There's really no point in even going. That's the attitude I've had my entire life, and that's the attitude I will always have.
You'll learn. I'm just kidding you. I'm sorry I had to say that.
So as you can see, we look back now and say, well, obviously, Tiger Woods is probably one of the, if not the greatest golfers to ever live. And he had that cockiness about him and that confidence even before he started playing pro tournament. There's a level of confidence that needs to be there for you to get to #1 in the world. So back to present time. So in a recent interview, Brooks decided to give it to Sergio. And so this is what he said. To act like a child out there is not cool. It's not setting a good example, and it's not cool to us, showing us no respect or anybody else. That's just Sergio acting like a child. It's unfortunate that he's got to do that and complain. Everybody's got to play the same golf course. I didn't play very good, but you didn't really see anybody else do that. You're 40 years old, so you gotta grow up eventually. So, I gotta give it to Brooks. He's right, that was insane acting by Sergio for whatever reason. If there's gotta be more to the story, I assume, because it was pretty pathetic. I gotta give it to Brooks for calling him out like that. He also has a few thoughts about pace of play. He's a big proponent of actually calling the penalties on people that get the clock on them. And so, we can all agree that pace of play in golf is ridiculously slow. Rounds can take between 4.5 hours and 5 hours realistically, but a lot of them can roll over to 6 hours depending on what the course is like that day, whatever it may be. The PGA's had an issue with this for a long time, and they've been trying to think of ways to speed it up, and leaving the flagstick in is one idea to speed up pace of play. It just hasn't resulted in that quite yet. So let's see what he has to say about pace of play.
What does the PGA have to do to speed up the game? Because I can only imagine it's got to be frustrating for a guy like you who likes to play faster.
Yeah, it is frustrating. I mean, there's a lot of slow players. A lot of them are the very good players too, which is kind of the problem. I think it's weird how you've got these set of rules where, you know, we have to make sure it's dropping from knee height, or, you know, the caddy can't be behind you, and then, you know, they also have a rule where you got to hit it in 40 seconds, but that one's not enforced. You enforce some, but you don't enforce the others. So to me, it makes no sense. If you're going to do it, just penalize the guy. I kind of, it's probably bad to say, but I've kind of got a different approach on it. I try to actually slow us down, which is part of the problem.
Right.
Some of these guys are so slow. I'll take my sweet time getting to the ball. Don't have to go to the bathroom, go to the restroom, and just kind of chill in there for 5 minutes so we get on the clock. And then now we're playing at my pace. You know, it's probably not the right thing, but it is what I do. You know, if this happens for 2 holes, we play slow for 2 holes. The other 16 holes we get to play at my pace. So that's kind of how it goes for me.
He's basically calling out Bryson DeChambeau in Dubai when he won, that he's notorious for being slow because he's so methodical and analytical that it takes him a while to actually execute a shot. I kind of get it, but I do agree that it throws off other players when you're a slow player. So I also like that where he literally says that he goes to the bathroom without doing anything in there and just hangs out for a few minutes so that his group will get in trouble and will have the clock put on them to hustle up, and then he'll go back out there, and then the pace of play will increase to where he's more comfortable with a faster pace. Now, call me crazy, but this guy is freaking playing some mental chess with people. I mean, he's got the guts already to just kind of announce that he's doing this, but to really say that the PGA doesn't have the balls to really call people out for slow play is something I don't know. It seems real, but also it seems like he's got a good agent that's telling him maybe spice things up. If you start being more vocal about stuff, you'll get some more press coverage and stuff like that. I could be very far off, but it just seems like he went from being a quiet, timid guy that didn't say anything to, within the last probably 6 months, maybe even 3 months, he's really come out with some zingers about different players and about his thoughts. And it's just kind of a different version of Koepka that I think we're all used to. And frankly, I'm fine with it. I like it. I like the guy that's going to be respectful to the game, but still call people out on their BS out on the course. So that kind of wraps up Brooks Koepka right there. He's been an up-and-comer for a while, and he's really solidified his position with his 3 majors and his 2 other wins on tour. He's coming out of his shell as a person, getting a little bit more vocal about the tour and what can be done to improve it. He's got Jenna Sims, which most guys are just incredibly attracted to, and as you see, he's quite the bikini model himself, even though I kind of pictured him being a bigger fan of the blue, maybe. I have to shut it off when he's on TV and my wife's sitting nearby because I can't let her know how handsome the guy is. Whatever, he's doing good, and I'm a big fan of his, and I think he's going to be an up-and-comer for a while, and I think you might even see him trying to do a three-peat at the US Open, which would be absolutely amazing. So if you're interested, please go back and check out my last video I did on Sergio, kind of being the new villain in the PGA. It was the last video I did. Links are below. And as always, guys, if you like this, please hit the like button for me. Leave a comment below about your thoughts about Brooks Koepka. Subscribe, share this with somebody that you think needs some fresh golf content. And as always, guys, I'll see you next time. Bye.